What's up, guys? This is Bree.
Mike?
From Fractured Compass Productions. My goodness. Let me tell you how Midsummer Scream... I had to take a weekend. I had to take a weekend and let it all settle in.
Mm-hmm. I'm jealous that I wasn't there because it looked amazing.
It was.
Yeah.
And I want you to be there next year. Because it was so... And if you guys were there, you know how awesome Midsummer Scream was. And if you weren't, you definitely need to make the effort to go to Midsummer Scream. It's always in July, and it's always the first Halloween convention kickoff. And they bring their A-game. We heard from Knott, we heard from Dark Harbor, we heard from Horror Nights. So it's not just a tiny little convention. All these big players in the Halloween haunt industry are there, and they're ready to talk to you. And let's talk about those announcements.
Yes, because it's a lot of exciting things got announced. Yes. And there's still, I think what we learned from Midsummer Night's Scream is there's still more things that are going to be announced. They didn't reveal all their cards. And, you know, by this month, August, we're going to know everything.
Yes.
So, but that still doesn't mean that we can't talk about what happened. Even though I wasn't there, I still know the situations. And also some pretty exciting announcements. So why don't we start off, first and foremost, Not Scary Farm. What have we learned?
Not Scary Farm. So what have we learned, guys? I just came back from auditions, and I do know a lot of things. I cannot reveal those things, even though I have not told a single soul, and I want to, but I can't, because that would ruin the surprise. But the one thing that Knott gave us this announcement was their new scare zone, which is going to be Forsaken Lake, which looks absolutely amazing.
And that video clip, we'll put a little link in there, and it'll show you that like reveal video was really cool.
It was so
really cool.
But you know, if Forsaken Lake, as they were talking about it, and as Tim was talking about his costume design and whatnot and how it was supposed to be based off of like in New Orleans.
I got that vibe.
Funeral procession, but that funeral procession, New Orleans, if you guys ever been to New Orleans, it's very loud, it's very happy, it's very bright colors, always a party. You don't mourn the dead, you kind of celebrate the life. With
jazz music and all that jazz.
But they needed to go darker because obviously we're not going to have like purples and greens and yellows and whatnot like Mardi Gras. It's not Scary Farm.
I also wonder too, with that scare zone, if we're going to see maybe some voodoo props kind of being used towards...
With, you know, interesting you say that, Michael, because if, you know, there are voodoo props used within that, I can kind of guess what's kind of gone. Just say. I'm not saying, just saying.
You know, I am ready for change.
So we could put a picture up somewhere around here of a possible voodoo prop that was from voodoo, but...
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going to say that I'm, you know, happy, but I'm definitely not sad. Anyway.
But, yes, Forsaken Lake, you guys, I'm really excited about it. I hope that it turns out the way that they wanted, because it is an amazing concept, and if you guys knew the swamp, back in the days, it's kind of a throwback to that, but with an updated kind of look, and the costumes look amazing. Tim did an amazing job. The makeup looks amazing. So I'm actually looking forward to that, because there's nothing there. There was nothing there. You would walk around the lake, and there's nothing there. There was some lights.
Can I buy my ticket to go see this?
You can buy it right now.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Totally.
Wow.
And if you want to see like every single night of it, you guys can add that Scary Farm pass, or you can buy that Scary Farm pass all 25 nights.
Which is totally worth it.
For $85. Because remember, tickets are like $45. So $85.
Go 3 times.
2-3 times.
And that way, when you go and visit the park, you don't have to worry about hitting up everything because you got a pass. You can go all the days. So you can, if you just want to ride one thing, then you can ride that one thing and go. Obviously, you should probably ride a couple things or go on a couple mazes. But still, it was worth the investment. I did that last year, and I loved it. I loved it because, you know, on super busy nights, I wasn't super stressed out. I didn't have to cram everything into one night. So, want to go do Infected? Yeah, I'm going to go do Infected, and then I'm just going to kind of people watch, which is, like, 50% of the fun. It's just seeing people get scared. That is why you're going there, essentially, is to either be scared or to see other people get scared. And so I definitely recommend just hanging out with, you know, some sort of Knott's treat and just going into Ghost Town and just watching people get scared in the fog. It's awesome. So, if we want to know more about what is going on, maybe some more announcements and stuff like that, when is the pass holder event going to happen, and what is the pass holder event?
All right. So it's basically when Knott's Berry Farm shows their entire hand and tells you exactly what's going to be going on at Knott's Scary Farm from beginning to end, all scare zones, all mazes.
Super thorough.
Yeah, all shows, and I'm kind of excited this year. I mean, like, I love Elvira. She is the queen of Halloween.
Oh.
And she will always be in our hearts. But she retired this year, and there was no talk of her surprise coming back. They're actually talking about, and they did at Midsummer Scream, about they're going to be adding little shows here and there. Something else that's going to be going on, Mike. Oh my God, this is so exciting.
What?
So they're going to have just things that happen in the park. They're not going to tell you when it's going to happen. They're not going to say, like, show up at this time and you'll see, like, in Forsaken Lake, like a funeral procession or anything. They just want you to, like, have these experiences and just walk up on it. So
I like that.
That's something that's going to happen, and there's definitely going to be, again, little shows that are going to be added. If you guys ever saw the show Possessed before all the shows got taken away, that was horrifying. That was, like, really good.
Was that at the lodge?
It was at the Mystery Lodge.
Okay, I remember that. You know, I feel like for Knott's Scary Farm, especially this year, I feel like there's a lot of change, and it's very exciting. I feel like there's a lot more, like, concepts and ideas that are coming around, and it's just I'm super excited for this season of Haunt. I cannot wait. And also, it's going to be good having family in a certain attraction.
I can't say where I'm going. I'm just saying.
I don't know where she's going. I'm not seeing this picking up here. Anyway. Okay, so let's talk about... wait, do you have anything else you want to say about Knott's?
I think that'll cover it until the actual
pass holder
announcement. Remember, you guys, you have to have a Knott's Scary Farm pass or a Knott's Berry Farm pass in order to go to that pass holder event. You cannot get a ticket any other way. And that.
Okay, now it's time to talk about Halloween Horror Nights, and at Midsummer Night's Scream, it was kind of interesting. For the first time, we had the creative director of Orlando Horror Nights and the creative director of Hollywood Horror Nights come and do like a Q&A at a panel, and it was really, really fun to see. Not a whole lot was announced, however, they did announce that certain tickets are on sale for the first 2 weekends of opening, and it's September 14th all the way to the 22nd. For those 2 weekends, you can buy a general admission ticket. You cannot buy Express Pass with it. There's a few options. So they have general admission with early entry. They have, and that's about, all of them cap out around maybe $75. It's either from $60 to $75. The second one is general admission with like a movie ticket to their City Walk AMC. General admission with free parking, and then the last one was general admission with Express Pass only towards the Terror Tram. That doesn't mean that you get to go to any of the mazes with the Express Pass, it's just skip the line to the Terror Tram. So, if I can give you guys any sort of advice on that one, is I would definitely get the front of line pass if you guys can, so you guys can experience everything, and if that's not your speed and you guys aren't worried about it, take advantage of these prices right now because it's $30 off. You save up to $30 with these tickets. But other than that, though, I'm very, very excited. Tickets are officially going to go on sale August 7th, and this deal that I just told you about ends August 6th. And if you guys want to know where to find that, go on to John Murdy's creative director's Twitter, or you can just type in Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood Twitter, and on one of his posts, he has a link, and you can go over to the Universal Store and buy your tickets. But not a whole lot's been introduced. I am still very, very excited for Orlando as well. They did show off a couple of pictures from the new Dead Exposure Maze, which is where you're in Paris and there's a zombie apocalypse, and you get a vaccine that makes you go blind. And there's a lot of catacomb pictures going on in there, which I'm really, really excited for. So, not a whole lot for Halloween Horror Nights fans, but it was very fun watching that panel, watching them do their Q&A. Which brings us to another panel that I think was very, very funny.
Oh my god.
Dark Harbor. And the announcement of Dark Harbor. I'm going to let Bree take over this one because I can't contain my excitement.
Dark Harbor, you guys. Okay. I'm a Knott's girl.
Yes.
Knott's will have my heart, but Dark Harbor is that mistress tapping on my back right now. Okay?
Just going, hey, Bree over there.
So, Dark Harbor was always, I mean, I felt was kind of always the weakest link. You have, you know, you have Knott's, which is the original, and it's always going to be the original. You have Horror Nights in Hollywood and Orlando, and they're heavy hitters. So, you always had that, and then you had Dark Harbor over here, and we're not talking about Fright Fest yet. But...
What's Fright Fest? Just kidding.
But...
Not to say we don't like Dark Harbor real quick. We do. But you just have to admit that it's just... It doesn't have the same punch.
It didn't have that punch. It didn't have that certain, like yes, I have to go to Dark Harbor and see it until this year. Okay?
Ooh, they announced something!
Until this year. Alright, so... If you guys have watched the panel, it is up on our channel right now. Oh, you'll see somebody was missing, and we all knew that John Cook had moved on and moved to black market escape rooms and is doing Murder Co., and he's very successful in that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, he shows up, Dark Harbor panel. Okay? We all know John Cook is a heavy hitter in the haunt industry, and Dark Harbor has him this year, and he has given them a package that is going to probably send Dark Harbor
going up. I mean, I
hope. Atmosphere.
I've always really enjoyed Dark Harbor especially, but it just, I feel like this is going to be exactly what Dark Harbor needs. It needs a little bit of change. And, you know, the funny thing is that Dark Harbor is actually the only haunted, like, attraction during Halloween time that's actually haunted. The Queen Mary is actually haunted.
You're aboard that ship, and 2 of their mazes and some of their characters are based off of actual people that died aboard that ship.
So, like, I feel like they should have been, like, the top. And they were never the top. And I feel like they could potentially be the top. Maybe not this year. You know, maybe there might be some things working out. In 5 years, though, Dark Harbor is going to be insanity.
I have to just, I don't know. I kind of disagree with that, because if they follow John Cook's formula to the T, and they build it right into his specifications, I think it could be boom. I think you could take it from here straight up to here, where everybody's on an equal playing level and everybody's different. I kind of like that about the haunt events too. You can go to Hollywood Horror Nights and you have all of these mazes based off of movies and stuff, and popular Netflix, you know, Stranger Things and what's going on right now. And then you have Knott's, where they have the original concepts, and see what comes out of the creative minds of the designers. And then you have Dark Harbor, which is a whole dark carnival and a whole different experience. If you watch the panel, guys, they mentioned bars I don't know how many times. Yeah. That's kind of their main thing. It was kind of becoming a little bit of a joke, like a running gag there, where they have a bar like every 15 feet. There's bars inside of mazes. There's secret bars aboard the ship if you pay for that super VIP tour package. There's a bar that you can actually go into if you find it, and if you have that ticket, where you actually control what's going on in the maze. People are walking by you and you're in this room pushing buttons and you're controlling their experience and their scares. That's insane. What the...
Yeah, sign me up. You know. But you know what, Bree, and I don't mean to create like kind of like a little negative cloud on that, because that is really exciting, but it also kind of makes me nervous.
Why?
you know, at certain events when people get a lot to drink, sometimes it can not get good, and I feel like that is why at like Universal Studios Hollywood, dry event. But you know what? To be fair, at Universal Orlando, it was not a dry event. They did serve alcohol, and we seemed to not run into problems. But let me tell you something. There was like 3 security guards like every block, every single like area you looked, there was security everywhere. And I really hope that Dark Harbor maybe puts a cap on it. You know, like you have a good time, drink, but don't get belligerent. Especially for the safety of, you know, guests,
I agree.
actors.
Let's talk about the effects of alcohol.
I agree.
On our haunt monsters.
I don't mind the bars, I don't mind the
Yeah.
drinking, but guys, I'm begging you, please, please drink responsibly. And please, please, I'm saying this for all my fellow monsters in every haunt, wherever they are,
Be safe.
remember that those are real people. And remember that they go home to a family. 95% of our injuries in Infected last year were because people who have been drinking and they got very crazy and we got hit by guns upside the head. Okay, people came out bleeding. People got black eyes. People got pushed to the ground. People got attacked. Don't be one of those people like that causes that injury to that monster, because that monster is just there to scare you, and that's what you're there for, is to get scared and to have a good time. And everybody's there to have a good time and have whatever experience they are. Don't hurt anybody. So I don't care if you drink. I personally don't drink, and that's my personal choice. But I don't care if other people drink. Just be responsible.
And so that's a good heads up. When you guys go to Dark Harbor, keep that in mind, that there's probably going to be people drinking. You know, I don't know if they put a cap on it. I don't know how Dark Harbor operates that way, but definitely just keep that in the back of your head. Like, people will be drinking at that event, so just be careful. But that doesn't mean you're not going to have a good time. And have a good time. Dark Harbor's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Absolutely.
Last time I went was 2014. I know it's been like 4 years, so I'm excited to go back again this year and see how much fun it is. However, we are not going to be able to go until after
We are not.
they are done with their Scary Farm. So that video is going to be coming out sometime in early November.
But I guarantee this, we are going for the VIP package, so we will be renting out patios, we will be seeing from the monster's point of view, we will have front of the line, we will have access to that VIP or the RIP lounge right above the slider show. So we're going to try to go all out because it is going to be a long season and I want to have a little fun.
Yeah.
So I want to see it.
I plan on having a great time. Also, just in case when you guys are wondering about Haunted Hayride, we do go to Haunted Hayride. Haunted Hayride may not be in the cards for us this year, depending on what they announce. We're gonna try our absolute best to film updates of Haunted Hayride.
I feel like there's one day that they run it on a Wednesday, and if they do run it on, they ran it on a Wednesday last year for one day.
We'll go.
And if they do it again this year, we're there because that's gonna be the one time. I do love 1031 Productions, and this year is their 10th anniversary.
And it is a lot of fun. The Haunted Hayride is so much fun. If you want to get into the Halloween spirit, you go out into the forest in Griffith Park with a bunch of hay everywhere, and you get on that hayride, and you get spooky, because it is a lot of fun. So, just because we're not showcasing it that much doesn't mean that we don't love Haunted Hayride. I just think it's one of those events that is just a little harder for us to cover because of all the things that are going on.
Yeah.
So,
oh, Haunted Hayride.
there's one other event that we guys wanted to talk to you about, and it is Fright Fest. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I have never been to Fright Fest. I've never truly had a desire to. Not that it just never spoke out to me. I might have to change that because I haven't been, and I can't really fully judge the event because I don't know about it. But we do kind of know some stuff, so kind of bear with us here because we're going to give you a little bit of an update on Fright Fest at Six Flags. But she's going to do it because I don't know.
So, Mike's right. Like, I went to Fright Fest like 20 years ago, and I feel like it has evolved from what it was.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't get out to it as much because it is in Valencia, and it is
way out. It is so far out.
Way out there. And they only run it on nights that obviously I'm doing haunt or we're going to other heavy hitter events, but not to say that there are some very well-defined characters over at Fright Fest. You have Innocence, right? Innocence was at Midsummer Scream, and she's been at Fright Fest for a very long time. And that character is very well developed, and she is very creepy. And we showcased her on the highlights. You had the stilt walkers, you have the sliders over there. So I don't want to say that they're not like counted out. I just don't have a super opinion about it because, again, I'm not going to say my opinion about something if I've only been once 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I haven't even been at all, so I really can't say anything.
But I do really like that they have a set character base and that they have very strong characters over there.
Yeah.
And it's evolved. I mean, it used to be you just showed up and there was a sign saying like, "Oh, Monster's going to be here at 7 o'clock."
Yeah.
Like, beware.
Oh, and I'm sure, I really want to go just so I can see what Fright Fest is all about. But I will say this, I know I've been to Six Flags many times, and so if you go to Fright Fest and it's not your thing, you still have, 18 plus roller coasters to have your pick from. Enjoy. So I definitely, if you're a thrill seeker and you also like Halloween, go there.
So they have two new mazes this year called Condemned Forever Damned and Sewer of Souls. I'm down.
All right. I can get down with those two names.
And two new scare zones, Witch's Lair and The Shadows.
Okay.
So,
all right. And what about some rides? Do they do anything special with rides?
So the cool thing about that is that they also incorporate some of their rides. So Twisted Colossus, Batman, and Full Throttle are all going to be completely in the dark, no lights. Now, you've been to Magic Mountain more than I have, though.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have, stadium lighting on their coasters? Or,
or
do they have, the lighting packages, like Hang Time?
I know for a fact that Batman has lighting. And so that ride is going to look really cool in the dark. Twisted Colossus is a newer ride, and I think it has lights on the railway.
Okay, yeah.
Twisted Colossus is going to be insane at night, because even when the lights are on and it's pure daytime out there, I don't know what's going on that ride.
It's an aggressive ride.
It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. And Full Throttle, I'm not too sure about Full Throttle, but again, that's a fun ride. It had, at the time, the world's largest loop, so definitely, and a top over, it goes over the loop. So,
I like that one. It was so smooth.
Yeah, very, very smooth. So I'm sure all those rides are going to be really, really great. It would have been really, really cool had they did I don't know, Goliath and Pitch Black or something. But anyway,
I like Goliath.
Goliath is fun. So those are actually all the things that we have covered, and this is our announcement video. One thing before we let you guys go, what is the number one thing that you're most excited about out of all the attractions? What's the one thing that got your heart pounding and saying, yeah, Halloween?
That's like asking me,
you have to pick.
What child or what pet do I love the most?
Sophie's choice.
No.
You love Riley the most.
I love Riley the most. Oh my gosh. I honestly, I can't choose because I'm really excited for what's coming with at Knott's. John Cook does have one more maze going at Knott's, guys, so hopefully that one takes over the top.
It's gonna be good.
And then I'm a fan of John Cook, so he's going over to Dark Harbor, so I'm super excited about
John Cook
their mazes too. I think it's just
what John Cook has in store.
Yeah, what he has in store. I mean, we can't deny that he's a heavy hitter in the horror industry, and that everything he touches is gold right now.
One of the best mazes that I've ever been on was his maze, Paranormal Inc. On the first time it opened, I was like, okay, this is awesome. I have to say that the most exciting thing for me, and I know it's not all that exciting, is the Stranger Things maze, because that TV show is amazing, and obviously it's huge right now, but there's so many good concepts and so many stuff about that show that can be a great maze. I am excited to see what they do with it, and I hope that it exceeds my expectations.
I am excited as well, and that is why I'm going with him, because then I'm going to have to ask him what's going on the entire time. So I've never seen it. I know that's probably a sin to some people, but I've never seen it, so I'm going to be like, Mike, what's going on here? What's going on here? What is it? Demogorgon?
It's a Demogorgon.
Demogorgon?
Yeah.
And then the little
11.
Whatever the letters are on the wall.
With the lights?
With the lights? See? I don't know. I know, but I don't know. Mike just laughs at me. This is what.
With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Really, really appreciate you guys. I also, we also wanted to say one more thing. Thank you guys for the 100 subscribers. That is awesome. We started this channel just wanting to have a good time, and we're still having a good time, and we are always going to put out content for you. And it may be content that is a little weird, I think, because, you know, but we like Halloween, and we have a lot of interests, and we want to showcase that. And I'm really, really proud that we hit that milestone, and we hopefully will keep you guys.
We'll hit some more. And if you guys ever see us filming out there, don't be shy. Come up and talk to us.
Yeah.
We don't bite, and we may even figure out how we can get you in the video.
So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let us know in the comments down below if you want us to film any Halloween events in particular more than others.
Or if we missed something, let us know so we can touch on it, or, you know, we don't know. With that said, we'll leave everything in the description, and you never know, your compass will take you.